not the most common matchup.
Exactly.
We're going to be seeing Duck Hunt versus Peach. Let's get into it.
Of course, last. And again, even if player 4 has the experience, you got to understand that sometimes if it's been a while, you need the refresher. So if he doesn't get it right away, he needs to wake up as soon as possible, because Duck Hunt is an absolute menace of a zoner, and half the reason is like he's so tricky. He has the can, he has the discus, he has the gunman just on block, just like creating a barrier. Like, look at this. Player 4 is across the stage avoiding everything, but finally closes the distance.
Yeah, so it's going to be very tough for Reggie to get in any situation just because of that wall that you mentioned, but in the situations where he does manage to get past using something like turnip or just float canceling on past the wall, he can start to do a lot of damage in very small interactions. We saw it against Esam as well. He was very, very good at evading defensive options.
And so far, so good for player 4. Managed to have a sizable lead, but it's the counter that actually keeps him at disadvantage now from Courage. Has the can nearby, doesn't even need it, as he's just trying to snipe player 4 out of the air.
You can see how carefully player 4 is playing around that can. Does not want anything to do with it holding down. But it is really interesting that Duck Hunt can kind of just throw that can out in the neutral and go like, it's almost like Wario Bike or Rob Gyro, where it's just, go my child, play neutral for me.
And it's frame 1, so you need to be careful in disadvantage as well, because
so is side B.
Yeah, so the snake trade is that you kind of see normally with him and grenades is prevalent here too, so you got to keep that in mind.
So fun fact for any of you playing along at home, in Smash Ultimate, any move that generates an item, so Snake Grenade Pull, Duck Hunt Neutral B, or Duck Hunt Side B, any of the moves along those lines, they're all frame 1, all of them.
Very, very good to know if you're a competitor or someone at home realizing, how the heck's he doing that?
Exactly. That's why Snakes use Grenade Pull so often. That's why Duck Hunts use that Neutral B so often. But, well, he's not going to be using it from the blast zone because player 4 is going to be able to get that kill confirmed. And now the opportunity for some extra credit with a couple good float cancels.
Yeah, first blood, of course, going to player 4. Courage has to bite back. Hopefully this dog isn't just bark, but you still manage to have to find something on board. 146% is very good, but it means nothing if you can't get the stock.
Be careful, Reggie. Tried to make use of that throw armor to get away from the explosion, but not able to do it. Is going to time that throw slightly too early. Gets caught by it, and really good grab combo, but is that a dot eyes? That is a dot eyes. Be very careful, Courage.
Yeah, just throwing up the barriers like, please, cannot have it there, and getting detonated for their troubles.
The gunman just ate that. Is Mr. President, get down. I'll take the dot eyes for you.
Thank you for your service, gunman.
Comes back in, though. This is neck and neck. This is so scary for Reggie.
Oh, man. Yeah, I really like the resets from Courage, getting to extend those combos bit by bit, getting percentage. I feel like a lot of it's nickel and diming, but the parry on that forward smash as well. Now,
gets back here.
In the disadvantage state, trying to come back from the corner here. I like the grab. Can you get the follow-up? Not quite having the distance on the can to make it work. The can's just chasing him down off stage.
That's actually like terrifying, and what a good 2-frame there too off of the side B. I don't even think that was a 2-frame. I think the F tilt just beat that out. Really good up B by player 4 there to escape from the dare.
This little slap get up attack from Peach is more than enough to knock Courage away, and that's the situation. He technically has the lead. He'll just enjoy being in the distance, and actually the can causing the problems for player 4. That's the stock.
Great detonation on the can. Seems that despite being able to play around it pretty solidly at the start of the set, player 4 has been starting to have a little bit of trouble escaping that, so great use of the can from Courage.
And that's the problem, is the wall's been set up now, and even though Mr. Saturn here to play. We saw this, I believe, yesterday.
Be careful.
Mr. Saturn coming out here. Got to be careful around him. I don't know what it is, but also the rule whenever Mr. Saturn's here is you have to keep him as long as possible. The competitors love having him.
Great parry.
There he goes.
Mr. Saturn falling into the void. Gone but not forgotten. Good catch on the turnip, though, from Courage. Good tech as well to be able to survive through that. Now holding on to a turnip of his own. This could be interesting. No, it's just a quick little hit.
Exactly, but I commend the shield pressure actually coming in. There's the can. I think that's kind of understandable because you're getting grabbed by Peach at that percentage anyway. You might as well take a trade in percentage because you still have a pretty solid lead.
Right, it's very, very beneficial to Courage to be able to get that little bit of extra percent. But speaking of extra percent, Reg is going to get that down tilt combo for 46. Actually still counting. Courage has to be very careful about how he gets back to stage. Time to use a little bit of that cowardly dog inside of him.
Exactly. You need to summon up that courage of his because the percentage is absolutely dwindling as Player 4 is finding his comeback material here right now. And
good chase on the bear. Now going to be going off stage. Gets caught by the turnip, and this could be a drop-off bear. Great air dodge to avoid the worst-case scenario.
And I love the floating back, thinking it's going to be another back air, but instead just going for the grab instead. That's so smart from Player 4. Just barely avoiding the Peach pressure from Player 4 right now. Courage doing what he can to attack any percentage on, gets the back there. That's gonna be it?
Huh?
Yeah, that was a question mark at the end of my sentence because that killed.
A little bit of unfortunate DI on the part of Player 4. I think he maybe wasn't expecting the raw bear to come in so quickly, but it's still connected, still killed, and that is going to be game number 1, falling to Courage.
Courage is a competitor that is so defensive and strong, and Player 4 was doing great work of it, but at the same time, the tricks were a little bit too much in that game 1, but at the same time, wouldn't surprise me if Player 4 makes a comeback because they were doing so well in that last stock.
Right. It is going to be, I actually didn't catch what stage it's going to be, but I don't think the stage was the problem. I could very well see us going right back to PS2. Same matchup, same players, let's run it again.
I don't think there'd be a problem with that. Player 4 taking a second to kind of compose himself a little bit and realizing that, yeah, the problem is me. You know, it's nothing too crazy like that. It's really because he was doing so well for the most part, and you could see a lot of the movement working for himself, but you need more than
right here. Taking a second to compose himself, grabbing a quick drink of water.
Always important.
Very, very important to not just immediately run into the next game guns blazing, especially if something unfortunate happened at the very end of it. So, great stuff from Player 4 in between the games. Credit to him for that. But he is going to be running it into this next one, going to try and space around this wall.
Exactly. Courage taking a second to go in aggressive with the gunman backing him up from behind, always important. Getting the grab, nothing following up the can, only 22%, and Player 4 can even that up very quickly, courtesy of the grab, and the can actually detonating both players.
Going to be trying to come back to stage from underneath. I like that use of the up air from below the stage to try and catch Player 4 going for the edge, the ledge trap. But Peach doesn't really have a problem with that just because they're floating a little bit above the stage, so none of that stuff is really going to hit, and thank you, Gunman.
Thank you, Gunman. Always. Actually, Duck Hunt has 2 friends. He has the bird and he has Gunman playable. Multiple Gunmen, in fact.
Oh, yeah.
So you got a lot of them here to play. So bring in a whole army.
Really fair for like the 3v1 against Player 4?
Well, the Toad, I guess. So 3v2.
Where are players 1 through 3?
Exactly. I think players 1 through 3 are actually uniting to give Player 4 all the energy they can to come out on top here because, ooh, parrying on the can.
Wow. Really, really well played from Courage there to be able to continue to hold on to the ledge control, but instead actually opts to jump off, go for a landing bear, and finds it, but dead even between the two of these right now.
Exactly. You need to be very careful how you get back, Player 4. Peach Bomber's off to the side. Can right there, and it's more than enough to take the stock, and that's rough for Player 4, but he still has a great percentage built up on Courage right now.
It's caught by, oh, good trade on the nair there. I thought for sure that was going to be the up air for a quick little juggle coming out from Courage, but instead, Reggie having the presence of mind to be able to hold that, keep him at bay, and this is dangerous for him, though. He has to find his way onto the ground so he can regain resources.
And it's starting to run away with it. I think the natural tendency is to get a little bit frustrated dealing with these characters, and it's speaking of frustrating, it's the nair actually getting him from the other side. I think that really messed Courage up because it looked like he was going to live there, but not quite enough. But you lived a long, long life, old dog. You lived a 165, but Player 4 tried to take this next life a little bit early.
51% off the rip. Very, very promising, but still has to deal with Courage's incredible setups there. Using, what was that? That was really weird, and it's going to result in a stock, the down throw into the up air. Player 4, well, potentially on his tournament stock here.
Exactly. Both these competitors want to keep fighting because, again, this is loser's bracket, so whoever drops here gets eliminated. And Courage trying to make this a quick, swift 2-0 as Player 4 is just getting overwhelmed by the options that Courage is presenting.
Goes for the dare. Good nair off stage, too, but you can only stall out long. Duck Hunt definitely has a lot.
Oh, that might be it. That's more that's a air dodge from Player 4, and that seals the deal for their competitive run here today. But that's rough. But Courage is continuing on, the Duck Hunt representative for this tournament, you can say. And best of luck to him keeping the dream alive for the local folk.
It's unfortunate, but going to be moving on. I believe that was a top 32 qualifier, if I'm not mistaken, about where we were in bracket. Either way, fantastic run from player 4 to make it this far. Hashtag not just a commentator.
Exactly. So great stuff to them, and great stuff to Courage again, repping the region, repping Duck Hunt Dog. So
For sure.
get some flavor in there for the top 8 or the top 32, because there's a lot of weird characters here at this event.
Yeah. I'm not quite sure who we're going to have up next. Oh, so actually, that was our final set here before top 32 began.
Yep.
So I do want to take a quick moment to shout out every single one of you in the chat for being here with us